Which unit in the NFL are you being most patient with this season, Peter?
Yeah, we talked about the Jets in the last segment, how their fans need to be patient. I think the Lions fans need to be really patient this year. I think this is going to be a really big turnover year, and meaning that's a transition. And you just got to be patient because the offense might not have the skill position players of other teams within the NFC conference. But let's look at their Lions receivers, because I think it's actually a cool opportunity for a couple of these guys to make a big jump and step up here. These are the receivers. There is no Megatron. There is no Nate Burleson. There is no Marvin Jones. There is no Golden Tate. These are a bunch of guys who you have heard of elsewhere. And the bottom name there, Amon-Ra St. Brown, is the guy who has gotten the most buzz in camp. But Tyrone Williams, we knew, like, he's on the Lions now. Maybe they're number one. Rashad Perryman, we've heard him 13 other places. He's their number two. It's going to be a long year for some of these Lions fans if they're expecting them to come out of the gates and just be firing from all cylinders. Antoine Randall is the wide receivers coach. I think that's great. It's a guy who's been there and done that and has a Super Bowl ring now with the Buccaneers. But look, I don't know if there's a fantasy player on that list. I don't know if there is a guy that's worth saying this is going to be a breakout season. And yet, we never know. And last year, Justin Jefferson came out and broke every rookie record. Maybe that's Amon-Ra St. Brown. But patience, 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 Lions fans.
I'm not familiar with Quintez Cephas.
He actually has an incredible story. He's out of Wisconsin.
Is that right?
And what he went through in college, it's one of those stories where you're like, it's redemption, but also an incredible story, yeah.
5th round pick out of Wisconsin. All right, well, now we have somebody to root for.
Yeah, there you go.
Quintez Cephas. I'm going to go with one of the most important groups in all of what we do, maybe the most important group, the Cowboys Defense. Like, we've been waiting for this one for years. We're going to see them Thursday night in Tampa. And I think there's this idea that, they brought in Dan Quinn, and they drafted a linebacker, and he's on HBO, and he's got a cool personality, so they'll be ready to crack some skulls. I don't know. I don't know how fast this is going to work. Look, I don't know if this mojo moment thing is going to work out either. If you haven't watched Hard Knocks, Mike McCarthy or someone on his staff's invention was the mojo moment, which draws from Austin Powers from the 90s. And everybody makes a play, and if you make a play, that's our mojo moment. We galvanize, right? I mean, like, I lost my mojo when I heard that. That is a movie from the late 90s. Most of the players weren't even of age to see it, if not born. Is that mojo moment, like, couldn't you have at least just pulled from Anchorman?
Did you groan when you heard it?
It wasn't audible, Peter. I think it was a cringe. But I wasn't in the room, and maybe it'll work, and maybe they'll have the last laugh. Look, the Packers last year did a gold member thing also from Austin Powers. So I don't know if that's going to be it, but if the Cowboys defense comes out and Brady hangs 40 points on them in week 1, wait. We're going to have to wait to get our mojo back, I guess.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, that's it. Smashing.
We'll see.
Shag.
We'll see if it works.
Jeez Louise.
For me, I'm looking at
Shagadelic, baby.
Shag now or shag later. $1 million. I mean, like,
that whole thing.
That's just,
well, they got like $1 billion on the roster.
Yeah.
Scott!
Their roster is worth a lot more.
Zipit.com.
Okay, so for me, I'm looking at the Saints quarterback situation.
Austin Powers is a great movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. A great movie.
There was a Dr. Evil, and then there was a miniature
Shout out to Mini-Me. Shout out to Mini-Me.
Gotta do it.
Seth Green.
So, for me, it's Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill.
Sure.
And, you know, you guys mentioned turnover on rosters. Just saying, you might have to deal with a few turnovers on offense. And if you pay attention to what's been going on in the preseason, they had an interception and 2 fumbles lost in the week 1 of the preseason. Everybody's like, oh, here we go again. Saints quarterback situation is going to be up in the air. Just be a little bit patient. I mean, one, they don't have Michael Thomas on the field. Like, this is their best receiver.
Yep.
You know, you can go Alvin Kamara and then Michael Thomas as they're 2 absolute superstars, dominant players. When they're on the field, they have a chance to win every game. He's going to be out for the foreseeable future. We don't know when he's going to be back. So give them a little bit of patience to figure it out. 1, figure out what they're going to do on offense at the quarterback position, but then 2, figure out who are going to be the guys to step up. Who's going to be that go-to wide receiver outside of Kamara catching out of the backfield? Which tight end is going to be that go-to guy in the red zone? I just say be a little bit patient. And then when Michael Thomas comes back, hopefully they have a rhythm and he'll fit right in.
We'll see who gets the reps. They take on the Arizona Cardinals. They're in New Orleans, 8 p.m. on Saturday.